Hi, I'm Derwin Calientes.
At ako naman si Tene Rose de Andante. Kayo'y nanonood ng Mabuhay Montreal TV.
A benefit concert was held at St. Kevin's Church with Juno-nominated jazz sensation Elizabeth Shepherd and Salvation Army Brass Band for Health Partners International Canada, medical relief efforts for the Philippines. We have Emmy Mananog for details.
At St. Kevin Church with Christina Parson, who is the Senior Director of Communication of HPIC. So Christina, will you tell us about HPIC and its connection with this event this evening?
Yes, my pleasure. HPIC is a relief and development organization based right here in Montreal. Our whole mission is increasing access to medicine and improving health in the developing world, or in vulnerable communities, wherever they may be, but mostly in the developing world. And so we work with the pharmaceutical industry that donates medicines and medical supplies in response to our requests. We always work very much according to the needs on the ground identified by our partners. And so one of the ways that we do our work is through a service called the Physician Travel Pack. Basically, the Physician Travel Pack is like a portable clinic. It contains enough treatments for 600 treatments, so basic medicines and supplies, life-saving things like antibiotics to sutures to all kinds of things that you would need in a primary care health clinic. And so basically with these 2 boxes, you can go out and open up a clinic and see as many people as you can, whether it just be, you know, in a tent or in a school or wherever you are, that you can quickly get going and see as many patients as possible. We have been around since 1990. We had our first project in 1990 responding to a major earthquake in Iran. And so we have medical mission teams across Canada who come to us for medicines. We also work with large NGOs and all different size NGOs in Canada. Every week there would be a number of teams leaving from anywhere in Canada going to do medical mission work. And when an emergency strikes, you can imagine how much that increases all of our operations and all the requests for medicine, both from NGO partners and from medical mission teams. So when Yolanda struck on November 8th and 9th, we were monitoring that very carefully. We never know how we're going to be involved until we start hearing from the ground, you know? So our partners were quickly in touch with us in the early week following that terrible event in the Philippines. And so we started receiving requests, we started receiving donation offers, medical mission teams going. And within about a month, I would say, we had provided around 300,000 courses of treatment, or about $2 million worth of medicines from Canada, all donated from Canada, and all to date in the form of physician travel packs. We came into contact with St. Kevin's in the fall after the terrible events of Yolanda, because we knew that it was really the nerve center of the Filipino community in Montreal. We knew people would be looking for ways, very practical ways to help their brothers and sisters and friends and family back home in the Philippines. And so we thought we would be able to help in that way. And so we came to present at St. Kevin's our projects. And St. Kevin's chose to help in a variety of ways. And they're such a generous parish, and they really came together. They had many events to fundraise, and they passed and had special collections and so on for a variety of projects. Our president also has a whole other life as a musician at his church. And so he's the conductor of the Salvation Army Brass Band, 24 members of a brass band. And they have a tradition in the Salvation Army Band of helping for good causes and visiting other churches and so on. So it fits right into their values.
Mr. Shepherd, tell us about your band.
Well, our band is comprised, they're all amateur musicians. The band is part of the Salvation Army's church at Montreal Citadel, so we provide the music at the church. All the members of the band are members of the church congregation, and they do this because they enjoy music and they love God and they like to express their faith through music. So that's why we're here tonight at St. Kevin's.
And I know the featured artist is Elizabeth Shepherd, who is a vocalist and a pianist and also a 3-time Juno Award. So you must be very proud.
We are very proud. Elizabeth is our daughter. We have a son. Our first child is a son, John, who lives in Toronto, and Elizabeth is here in Montreal.
What fitting for both of them, father and daughter, to be with this concert for tonight for Hyatt.
We're delighted to help.
Very good. Thank you very much, Mr. Shepherd. So it's Amy Mananog for Mabuhay Montreal TV.
I'm Mila Aquino, and I'm here at Chalet de Serabe, a place not too far from Montreal. Of all the fun things to do in spring, my favorite has to be start of maple syrup season. Maple syrup is symbolic to Canada, and trips to Cabanasut or maple syrup sugaring. It is a springtime tradition for mainly Canadian families, especially here in Quebec. Maple sugaring is a tasty and educational experience for all ages. For those who love to put maple syrup on their pancakes and always wondered where does it come from, let's go find out how it's done.
It's maple syrup from the trees that comes out here, La Plaine. It's the best you could have around here. It's all old-fashioned. You could see it's an old stove, and this is all where we boil. All the steam that comes out, it's all the water. The rest stays, it's all maple syrup. It's about 218 Fahrenheit when it's ready. 3 hours, you have pure syrup, all natural. It's a nice place to come and visit. People have fun. We have everything around here. And the people that work here are really friendly and polite.
Ang cardiovascular exercise ay maraming benepisyo sa ating katawan. Hindi lang ang pagkakaroon ng tone muscles, kundi makakaiwas pa tayo sa sakit sa puso, alta presyon at iba pang sakit. Samahan natin si Kathleen Joyce de Asis sa karagdagang impormasyon.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Advanced Circuit Training today, and this is my team. And today we will be doing the same thing as last time. We will be starting off with a warm-up, 30 seconds on, 10 seconds rest, and then we'll be doing upper body strength, lower body strength, and core. So let's begin. All right, everybody's ready? All right, so we'll start with jumping jacks, basic. And then we will be going on to jump ropes, then high knees, butt kicks, and the high spin. So we're gonna shuffle right, lift up, shuffle left, lift up. Okay? Everybody ready? Let's go. Pretend like you have imaginary jumping ropes. And don't forget to breathe. Now, butt kicks. Don't forget to breathe, everybody. Okay, now that's our warm-up. So our first exercise will be our upper body strength with a dolphin roll. So where we start is at a plank position, then up, downward dog, and then slide into cobra. And then back. Downward dog, and roll into cobra. Up and down. Roll up and down. Roll up and down. Roll up and down. Roll up and down. All right, so now we'll be doing our squat jack. Basic squat and jumping jack. 1, 2, 3, go. And now we'll be doing our flutters. We'll be down on our back doing flutters. Basically down on your back, neck up, hands under the bum, and straight flutters. Protect your back, neck up, and legs straight. So the next set of exercises will be again upper body strength, lower body strength, and core. First exercise is a tricep push-up, basically a plank, and you're holding it as low as possible. Start with a plank, and then go down, and hold. Okay? And down. Our next exercise will be for lower body strength, our legs. We're gonna shuffle and squat. Shuffle and squat. Ready? Okay, shuffle. Keep your core tight and back straight. Exercise will be for the core. We'll be doing scissors on the floor again. So, on the back, protecting your back, scissors. Open up, and in. Make sure your toes are pointing up. That's it for our advanced circuit training. How's everybody feeling? I hope you all enjoyed it at home. Hanggang sa muli!
Don't forget to join our weekly contest. Go to our website for more details. Don't go away. MMTV will be right back. To give our viewers a unique perspective from a first-time visitor to the Philippines, here's Renaide Kurubi with our guest, Councilor Marvin Rotran.
Today, we have the pleasure of interviewing Mr. Marvin Rotran, who has served the City of Montreal for the past 32 years. We learned that he has visited the Philippines for the first time, and we would like to know his impressions about our country. Mr. Rotran, we're happy to see you today.
Well, thank you, by the way, Mrs. Karubi, for the invitation. I really appreciate what Mabuhay TV has already done in its short history here. It's really penetrating to the Filipino community. People talk about it all the time as a conduit for news, culture, information. I think it's got great potential. Yes, I did recently visit the Philippines for the first time. I have a lot of friends who are Filipino. I have a lot of acquaintances, but as you probably know, I have even more constituents who are Filipinos. And for years, the different organizations say, you've been so nice to us, you've helped with the Pagasanan Association, you helped with the Baikal Association, you were involved in getting the Independence Day subsidized by the city, you work on Pista Sanayan. Why don't you visit the Philippines? Well, I have to tell you that I took advantage of a unique opportunity, the first winter escape to the Philippines organized by Ambassador Gatan from the Philippine Embassy in Ottawa. Supported by the consular staff, and it was absolutely a wonderful way to go to the country, have access to all sorts of special events, which included, by the way, a reception hosted by Benigno Aquino III, the President of the Republic, plus as well the consulate helped me with a special meeting on behalf of the City of Montreal with the Mayor of Manila, Mr. Joseph Estrada. So it was a unique way to go to the country, spend some time there, learn about the country, be a tourist, but at the same time learn about the economy, the economic potential, the investment potential, and to come back and to share that with not only city officials here, but the general public as well.
Yeah, I think you have explained a lot of things that you've done, and I was just curious to find out, when was the first time you found out? Was it through the newspaper or through a personal contact?
Well, I had been previously aware of the ambassadors' tours to the Philippines were held in July, but that generally coincides with my own family vacation, so I hadn't been able to go. But I'm in close contact with the embassy. I have a very good working relationship with Ambassador Gatan, who unfortunately is taking his retirement at the end of April and will be replaced, but I've of course pledged my continued cooperation with the new ambassador. But moreover, there are people on the staff with whom I have worked on various files, Florida Mayo, for example, Neil Ferreira and others, and they send me information that is pertinent to the City of Montreal. So when I heard about the winter escapade, I said, this time we are going to go. And my wife took 2 weeks off from work so she could go as well, 2 unpaid weeks from work. And we were among the first to actually register here in Montreal to go. It was a short trip, and I don't pretend to be an expert on the Philippines, but you do get a lot of anecdotal information while you're there. You make a lot of observations, and I've been sharing some of those with the general public, because people have asked me, what did you think? Well, first of all, the trip was very ambitious. There was a large number of delegates from Canada. There were 230 people who went on this trip hosted by the ambassador. And there were a couple of elected officials, not many. There was myself. There was Flora Marcelino, who is the Minister of Multiculturalism in Manitoba. There was her brother-in-law, Ted Marcelino, who's a member of the Manitoba legislature. There were some others who had a connection to the embassy. For example, there was the honorary consul from Nova Scotia and a couple other people. Most were just ordinary Canadians, most being of Filipino Canadian extraction, some who had emigrated here, others were born here. And one of the observations I had is the tour is going to have to redefine itself for next year. I've already told the embassy I'd be happy to send some ideas. I think they need to convince more the general Canadian public that this is something that they want to do. It was very ambitious. In just a short 1-week period, they combined visits in Manila with visits to 3 provinces, those being Aklan, Capiz, and Iloilo, plus the province Guimaras. There was a side trip to Guimaras. So 4 provinces and Manila in a short period of time. It's an awful lot. But it was very exciting. We got to, for example, go to Calibo for the festival for Santo Niño, and that impressed everybody. The color, the sound, the happy crowds. It was a great way to be introduced to one of the most vibrant festivals anywhere in the world. We were taken to the beach at Boracay, and believe me, it is a world-class beach resort. Unfortunately, we weren't there long enough, but if you are only going to spend 8-9 days touring and you want to go to 4 provinces and Manila, you can't be too long in one place. We were 2 nights in Boracay, but 2 very, very good nights.
Yes. Mr. Rotran, I hope that you will travel again because I'm planning to go there too, so that we will have a bigger delegation in Montreal. So at the conclusion of this interview, Mr. Rotran, I hope our audience will appreciate the value of your observations and help our country to improve the economy.
Nagbabalik tayo sa Mabuhay Montreal TV dito sa Kwentuhan sa Hapunan. Kasama ko pa rin si Derwin at saka si Michael. Ngayon makakasama natin ang lalaki na dubbed as the sentimental prince of the Philippine music. Singer, songwriter, and he is the man behind the hit songs Sa Isang Sulyap Mo, Pusong Lito, Sige na nga, Sa Puso Ko Ikaw at Ang Halika Na.
He is the award-winning artist, Myros, live through Skype from the Philippines.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi, Myros.
Hey, Myros.
Hello, guys.
Oh, magandang gabi sa'yo. Anyway, like any other singers, nag-start ka ba sa mga competitions bago ka naging famous?
Yes, 3 years old pa lang ako. Nag-join ako ng mga amateur singing contest. And dun talaga yung training ko. Kasi since grade school, then high school hanggang nag-college, dun talaga ako lumalaban bago ako pumasok sa recording scene.
Wow.
Wow. Myros, you had a successful 2013. Tell us some of your highlights.
Okay, 2013, dalawang teleserye sa ABS-CBN yung gumamit ng song ko. Yung Sa Isang Sulyap Mo for Juan de la Cruz and Pusong Lito naman for Kahit Konting Pagtingin ni Miss Angeline Quinto. And same year din, nakapasok ako sa Philippine Popular Music Festival. Ito yung dating Metro Pop Music Festival ni Mr. Ryan Kiabiab. And out of like 5,000 entries around the world, kasi lahat open siya sa mga Filipino songwriters, I made it dun sa top 12. Kaya sobrang napakasaya ng 2013 ko.
Ang galing. You're making the Filipinos proud. Galing.
And salamat. Hindi ko rin i-expect kasi at my young age, parang alam mo yung hindi ako makapaniwala sa mga nangyayari. Kasi ako sa akin, gusto ko talaga parang slowly but surely, pagdating sa career, hindi ako yung tipo ng tao na nagmamadali. Gusto ko na, by the time na sobrang ready ka na, dapat sobrang okay ka dun sa craft na ginagawa mo para at least makapag-ibigay ka ng talagang quality music sa mga taong sumusuporta. Yeah.
At sa ngayon nga, Myros, ay meron kang bagong single, di ba?
Yes. It's called Wala Man Sa'yo Ang Lahat. Kung si Daniel Padilla, may Nasa'yo Na Ang Lahat. So medyo
It's almost sound the
tinapatang
same. Yeah, the title.
Ano ba?
So parang wala man sa'yo ang lahat, mamahalin kita. Wala man sa'yo ang lahat, tanggap kita. Wala man sa'yo ang lahat, ikaw yung pinaka-importanting tao sa buhay ko. Parang ganun yung ibig sabihin ng kanta.
Alam ko na ang mga manonood natin ngayon ay gustong makarinig ng sample naman.
Pwede ko ba kantahin yung Pusong Lito kasi si segue ko yung bago? Okay lang ba?
Sure,
Parang
sure.
pumashopping ko sila.
Do it your own way.
Okay. Bakit kaya sa tuwing nag-isa, pareho niyong mukha ang nakikita? Ano ang aking gagawin? Sino ang pipiliin? Puso ko'y hatiin niyo nang wala nang isipin. Ang puso ko'y nalilito kung sino sa inyo. Ang isip ko'y gulong-gulo kung sino sa inyo. Tapos ito naman yung bago.
Wow,
Yes.
amazing.
Galing. Ito yung bago niyang single. Ito yung
Ito
bago
yung
niyang single.
bagong manda na yung mga ano dito.
Ito na yung pinagmamalaki ko, yung wala man sa'yo ang lahat. Okay. Wala man sa'yo ang lahat, huwag kang mangamba. Wala man sa'yo ang lahat, iniibig kita. Hindi ka man yung tipo na makikita sa TV at dyaryo. Ang sinisigaw ng puso, ika'y mahal ko. Ang mundo ko ay naging masaya. Salamat sa Diyos, nakilala kita. Buong buhay ko yung nag-iba. Kumang talaga, ganito pala pag nagmamahal. Sinta. Thank you.
Ayun.
Ang galing, Myros.
Amazing.
Kung ang puso niya nandito noon, ngayon alam niya na.
Alam
Kahit
niya
wala
na.
man sa'yo ang lahat, okay ka na.
At kung
Ayun.
gusto niyo pong mapakinggan ang buong kanta ni Myros, just look for it on YouTube. Nasa YouTube po ang kantang yan. Just search Myros
Yes.
and you will find the song. Ano ba yung kanta ulit?
Wala man sa'yo ang lahat.
Wala man sa iyo ang lahat. Ayan.
Salamat sa lahat. And guys, if you have Twitter, just follow me on Twitter. It's Mr. Myrus, MRMYRUS. And pwede nyo rin i-like yung fan page ko. It's Myrus Ramirez Official. And Instagram ko is @ako si Myrus. And yun nga po yung kanta ko na wala man sa'yo ang lahat. Share lang. At malapit nyo na siyang ma-download. Yung legal na pag-download.
Oo, yan. Tama yun.
Tama yun.
Okay.
We will definitely follow you, Myros.
Yes. Maraming salamat for having me in your show. At ayun, sa lahat ng mga Pilipinong nakikinig, supportahan po natin ang original Filipino music. Maraming salamat po.
Okay, so yan po, salamat sa lahat ng ating nakasama ngayong gabi sa ating mga televiewers. Nag-iwan po kami ng happy weekend, everyone.
Good night.